Hello. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Too Legit City on the mic. Yo, what's going on, everybody? How y'all doing today? It's your boy, me, Too Legit City, and we're here live, guys, on this front. Where's my phone? Guys, BRB. I gotta look for my phone. I just realized that, my bad. We got it, we good. There we go. Let's take two. Mic check 1 2 1 2. It's your boy, me, Too Legit City, and we are here live on this Friday afternoon. Hope you guys are enjoying the week, because the weekend is here. Today is Friday, you guys. Y'all know what it is. Hopefully you guys have today off, and I hope you guys are ready for the winter time. It's about a month away for Christmas, as it's exactly November 25th today. And that means the year is wrapping up. Why not spend that time hanging out with your boy, Too Legit? Today we're going to be getting into the oxygen not included back into the based Mamba colonies. Y'all know what it is. Hearing you loud and clear. Hope your holiday went well. It was alright. I was doing the Don't Starve yesterday, just hanging out. We didn't do the Thanksgiving on Thanksgiving. Basically what happened was that my other siblings, they were actually still traveling. They weren't back home yet, so we just, it's our Thanksgiving's on a different day. Just because of how it lined up, right? So they're gonna do their own thing. So everyone did their own thing this year due to the fact that my brother and his family was not in the States, and then other people were like, oh, we're gonna be with the wife's family or with the husband's family, you know, the in-laws. So it was separate occasions, which is fine, all good. I actually don't mind. Hope you guys had some good holidays as well. And today is technically the day of savings, the Black Friday. Sadly though, I do believe that it's been corrupted, and they're just using the name Black Friday now. I don't think there's actually any good sales anymore. If anything, it's just MSRP, and then every other day is just inflated prices. Right? All the markups and stuff. I don't know, man. I'm not planning on buying anything. I don't know if you guys are, but hope you guys are having a good one. Xenosci, I see you over there. Hope you're doing well. And of course, you see the Mambas hiding behind the pillows again. He's, of course, staying warm and snuggled up. It be like that, man. They don't think it be like it is, but it do. I remember in history that they used to monitor that. Probably not anymore, right? Like the predatory pricing stuffs. Alright, so we unsaved and we're back. We were setting up our boiler setup and our volcano setup. There's a lot of things we got to do still. We got to move out the oil and then do the automation, do some other ceilings, and then do some more pipelines. I am also making some more pinch pepper nuts, so let's get the tiles for this. Oh, autosave lag. I'm gonna wait. Research complete, sweet. And we're making the cooling loop today. I think I might buy a headset though. Ooh. What kind of headset are you looking to get? What kind of headset are you looking to get? So right now we're doing the tiles like this. The thing is that we're technically not even done yet. There's some more doors to put down. I need to redo some of the ladders. But we're just gonna put this in for now, just to get it started. Oh, you're getting a still series. Ah, you're getting the ice. You're getting the Siberias, right? They used to be called the Ice Mat Siberias, and then they got renamed as the Still Series Arctics. I used to have a pair of the original ones. They're not bad. The only problem is that just make sure it actually goes around your ear and not on top of it. Outside of that, it's pretty sweet. I used to have a pair of those. Back when I used to play a lot of first-person shooters, the Steel series and Ice Mats were a brand that was pretty popular. I think I could deconstruct this now. And that was one of the things that I got. Those are pretty sweet, though. The best part about it is that they had its own USB sound card. And I used that USB sound card for like the majority of things. I actually still use it. That's the crazy thing. I still use my sound card that I got 20 years ago. Oh, man. 20 years ago, I got the USB sound card from them, and I still have it. That's how you know it's pretty good quality. The best thing about it is that since it's USB, I didn't have to worry about having a sound card. You know what I mean? It's like I always had a sound card because it was USB, so I didn't have to use up any of my PC slots. It was pretty convenient. Alright, do some mopping. We got to get rid of a lot of the liquids here so that the oil and all the other things get separated a little bit better. And so we're going to want to move a lot of the liquid. So let's finish some of the minings first. Maybe remove that. Remove some of these. Right, just so that the tiles go down a little bit lower. We were still pushing this out due to the fact that the water got into here. So we want to delete it. The oil's not going to push down anymore when we build the tile. So once we could do this, we're going to leave it in there. And then we have to push out the oil. We're going to keep the oil on this side, though. And then all the liquids here we have to remove. Ideally, I need to just pump out as much of the liquid as possible. But there's so much of the other liquids, it's kind of tough. We want to mop as much as we can. So, can we mop here? We can. Sweet. There's probably nothing I could mop on the oil side. I could probably mop that. It's probably not. Just build the tile out. Alright, so there's a lot of strats we could use for that, but we're going to wait till the Abyssalite gets extended out first. So we're going to build the tiles. We're going to mine out the Abyssalites. Trying to make it clean. And I do want to chill down this area. I probably want to do it like that, maybe. Temperature's going to come up, but this is cold now. So I'm thinking we could do that. And then push up the liquid up by building the tiles. And then all the salt water spills out. Made a huge milestone for the first time. Super coolant, literally 1 day to make away from full research tree. Nice, good stuff, Xenosci. Super coolant's going to be fun. But you're also going to hate it because if you don't have a lot of the resources to make super coolant, you're going to be like, this is great. Oh, I let this run. Ah, crap. You're going to be like, dude, super coolant's great. At the same time, you're going to be like, I don't have enough super coolant. I want to replace everything I have with super coolant, but there's not enough. Super coolant, it's great because of that, but it feels bad. I don't have aesthetic design. Oh, are you serious? Ace Cow, our sole Rocketeer right now, the one dupe in the rocket in space, it was the only person able to make the fancy clothes. Holy crap, that sucks. That sucks, man. You hate to see that kind of thing happen. I have 109 dupes, and I sent one of them into space for the rocket piloting thing. And that dupe was the only dupe I had that was able to use the clothing refashionator. What are the chances, man? What are the chances? I can't believe it. I guess it really do be like that sometimes. Alright, so the meal is still here. We're still going to want to continue the cooling loop. I might as well just keep using some of the polluted ice. And then it goes into the spawn, so I can't even be mad. So, build that out. Need to diversify those skills. Yeah, I need to... I've been reluctant to go in to pass out skill points. Because I have 109 dupes. I'm at the point where I'm like, we're just going to let everyone do everything. We're just going to let everyone do everything, man. Jaywalker, what's good? I see you over there. Hope you're doing well. And of course, welcome on in. Oh, all the suits are here. Oh, crap. This is not vacancy only. Okay, so we need to dock a lot of the suits back. Alright, Dupes are going to be working on that. Space trip is halfway done. Wait a second. Oh, we went to the wrong planet. Oh, come on. We went to the wrong planet. Dude, messed up. This one's already scattered out. Ah, come on, man. I didn't check. And we just launched them back to the same spot. Man, feels bad. Don't you hate it when that happens, chat? You accidentally launch your rocket to the wrong planet. Ah, damn. It's been so long since I've seen this game. Yo, man, Jaywalker, dude. When's the last time you played? Or do you not play and you're just a viewer? Just curious. Nothing wrong with being a viewer, but it's a little bit different if you do play the game. It's been a lot of changes, man. But right now we're playing a base game only. Oh, you haven't played? Huh, gotcha. I was going to talk about some of the changes if you have played, but if you haven't, you know, you might not understand what the changes are. Glow stick only max radiation has most of its difficulty with getting dupes that have it and rocketry. Beginning is honestly fine with a bunch of radiation vomiting. That ain't deadly. Oh, man. It sounds like you grew up in Fallout. Dude, dupes randomly vomiting is not the business. You sound like you grew up in the wastelands of Fallout, dude. It's like you're okay with the dupes just vomiting and all that. Like, damn, dude, did you grow up in the wastelands with the rads? I see you over there, man. Hey, whatever works. I started watching Juice play it many years ago. Oh, Juice hasn't played this in a while, huh? Feels bad. Yeah, back then, the game was in its infantile state. And what I mean when I say infantile state is it used to be very different. So when Juice used to play, I will say that the game was drastically different. It's completely different than what we have now. 100%. My dude, if you don't, I don't know if you meant to do this. The line from the infinite gas tank to the generators is a flipped bridge. Infinite gas tank. This gas tank? Avalon Zero? I don't know what you're talking about, man. Let me know which gas tank it is. It's clean pea water. I mean, yeah, but people are gonna get soggy feet, dude. Good to hear this progress. Yeah, it's completely different now. A lot of the things Juice used to do is just no longer strats. It's completely different. See the hydrogen line. Yeah, what about it? This actually goes out to my AETN right here. That's why. So I'm supposed to feed this out because it goes to my anti-entropy thermal nullifier. So that feeds it in so I get some cooling. If you're talking about this line, which is actually proper. Everything here is fine. Are you talking about this bridge? This is proper as well. Everything here works. Everything here works. Avalon Zero, if you're worried, don't worry. Everything works. So let's talk about this. So what's happening is that I have majority of my hydrogen not actually in this storage, but I have the majority of my hydrogen in this storage. So right here we have 1,000 kilograms per tile of hydrogen because this is my first spawn, right? So this is my first spawn. So I've had the most amount of hydrogen just accumulate from this water and the electrolyzers. And then the hydrogen vent right here, we have this filling in the infinite storage. I don't want to use the gas from here. Instead, I'm using the hydrogen from this line. Now, what happens is that this gas pump pumps into this line, and then this feeds into this line, which feeds into the generators. The line coming in from the spawn is a supplemental line, meaning that if this runs out, this kicks on. Now, the problem is that since there's more hydrogen in here than it is in here, I actually rather tap into this first. So you guys are talking about this bridge setup right here, right? No, that's fine. Everything here is actually working as intended. That's what you guys are talking about, right? This gas pump bridges into here, bridges into here. Everything is working as intended. Yes, the pump is off. I set it to below 1,000 and it's at 132, 1,326,000. So I turned it off purposely. No, it works. It's just that I want to tap into this hydrogen first. If I kick this on, it works. I could show you guys. So no, everything is working fine. Oh, good, dude. You guys have the questions. But no, everything's working as intended. See? Pumps out, and then this becomes priority. Since this bridge is yielding on, or it's bridging on second, because this comes in first in the pipeline, this is yielding, meaning that it only adds hydrogen once this line is empty. So since I want to prioritize this line for usage, I purposely turn off this pump. So yeah, it's fine. It's fine. All good, you guys. I see you guys over there. Everything's working as intended. Everything's working as intended. Alright, need another aqua tuner setup. Classic. Of course, that means we're going to get a steam turbine. Alright, we got to expand our pinch pepper farm still. Sandy shells are chilling. I should start removing some of the ladders because they're a little bit ugly. Oh, so the bridge from another line. Interesting. Yeah, so everything there is planned out. But yeah, it's because of how the bridges are on it. And it's made just so that I can prioritize one line over the other. But because of how if both pumps are on, the infinite storage line has priority, which it should. Right? Because majority of your hydrogen should be in the infinite storage, right? Logically thinking. That should be how that works, right? Because most of us would have most of the natural gas or hydrogen from a geyser in the infinite storage. But since I had this running from like cycle like 150, I accumulated a lot of extra hydrogen, right? Due to the fact that a lot of the times if you make a spawn setup, you'll get the residual, I think it's like 12 hydrogen that you generate, because it's 112, right? It starts to add up, the 12 grams per second, especially over around 800 cycles. And then what ends up happening is you get the 12 grams per second times 800 cycles times 600 seconds. You get a lot of extra power that you don't need. Yeah, it depends how much extra. And in this build, it's very extra. Because I'm using regular wires for this, right? So this is what? 9,006 or 9,600 or 960, and then this is also 960. So this is 3,000 watts, and I generate 5 times 800, 4,000. So I have an extra 1,000 watts of power, or otherwise extra 100 grams of hydrogen. Not actually accommodating or counting the extra 12 grams. So I have 12 times 5 plus 100. So that's 160. So I have 160 extra. Oh, I'm not getting enough water. Oh, that's rude. Looks like we need some more water for the spawn. This is emptying out pretty well, so it's not that bad. I could just dump the water forcefully. Let's do a force dump on the aqua tuner. And puff one a bit more. I mean, the puff one shouldn't be stronger than the submerged spawn. The puffed one should not be stronger than the submerged spawn. Alright, so we get free water that's at 60 degrees, and then we're just going to pump in cool water at 30 degrees so that our submerged aqua tuner setup keeps working. Quick question, is ceramic, steel, and supercoolant fine for liquid hydrogen? What do you mean fine? There's I don't want to spoil it and tell you what will happen unless you're asking specifically about that. But what do you mean when you say fine? There's some technicalities in some of the issues you will probably run into when you do deal with liquid hydrogen. I will say that. And once you start running into the problem, I'll explain why it happens. Or I can tell you now if you really want to know. But yeah, liquid hydrogens, it becomes a headache because you're not understanding why something's happening. Mighty Stoosh, what is good? Hope you're doing well. Hello, hello. What is good, Mr. Mighty Stoosh? And how are you doing? Let's try to clean as much of the polluted oxygen here as we can. We're going to use a jank setup. Might as well. We're going to run a hamster wheel and a battery. Why not? Don't Starve stream was great last night. You going to play it again? Yeah, we'll probably play it during the subathon on Tuesday. So I think the plan is we're going to do Oxygen on Cluedo on Monday again. And then Tuesday we have a subathon. So I'm probably going to play a lot of games, not just one game. So I'll probably start with either Played Up and or Don't Starve. And then we'll eventually probably move into Oni. We'll see though. I wouldn't use the word flacking. It's not that. It's not flacking. That would be the wrong word. That would be the wrong word. So the actual problem we run into is, if you didn't know, insulated pipelines have an external temperature, which is what we see right here, and an internal temperature of the pipeline. So because of that, you have some weird properties. That's the best way I could say it. I could tell you what you should do if that's what you're looking for, but it's you know, I don't know if you want me to tell you exactly how it is you need to do it. But yeah, the strat for that is not straightforward. I will say that. There is a specific order. Oh, they're just walking through the doors and waiting. Dude, my dupes, man. Okay, he's climbing over. Oh, he's smart. He learned. He's actually learning. Let's go. Alright, we could remove this now. And then we'll probably put this here. And then we'll put that with a solid regular tile on top. I like doing the short setup like this, due to the fact that we could insulate this a little bit easier. What internal? I never considered it and never failed unpredictably. You know the problem you run into, Fluon, when you pipe liquid hydrogen into freshly built pipes for the first time, regardless of the material, unless you use insulation? That's the problem I'm talking about. Spoilers, Xenosci, I'm sorry, man. But technically that was spoilers, dude. I call it contained heat. Yeah. But it's we're referring to the same thing, you know, and a lot of the times what we call it is just based off of our observation, right? So it's like, yeah, what I call it, the inside temperature of the pipes, you call it, you know, the contained heat. It's weird because if you don't know about that, you're just gonna break every single pipe segment from your liquid hydrogen system, where you cool down the hydrogen into liquid, and then you pump it out, right? Every single segment's gonna break. That's the classic, man. And then you're gonna get so mad, like I did, because it's like it takes forever to make liquid hydrogen, and then you just lose it like that. It's so mad. It's hilarious though. I hate to say that, but yeah, that's one of the problems. It's one of the problems. And there's a way around it. I could tell you that the hard way is actually getting insulation. This material, because this is actually zero conductivity. But you can use ceramic. There's just a little thing you have to set it up with. My instinct was to cool down the building materials, then build, then run supercoolant as a primer for the pipes, because I knew the insulated pipes are funky. You want me to tell you what will happen? Do you want me to tell you what's going to happen with that? Because I can. Recently thought that sedimentary may be faster in that regard than igneous or obsidian. Smart move. Interesting. So, do you remember that trick I did with the hot obsidian and the ladders? Do you know what that proves? That when the building material's outside of the range, it resets temperature. Yeah, so I don't think pre-cooling the materials will help. I don't think it actually helps. So when you build a ladder out of 1,000 or anything that's really hot. So let's say that I had a volcano and let's say I had a magma core, right? And I had obsidian down here, because you normally do. If you mine out that obsidian that touches the magma, that's at like 1400 degrees, 1500 degrees, and you build a ladder out of it, it resets to 45. If you build it in a vacuum, there's no outside temperature to influence it. So if I were to build a vacuum, right, some of my ladders probably got hit by a meteor. Feels bad. But a lot of my ladders are around the same temperature. Setup output temp. Yes. So because of that, I don't think Oh, the rocket's coming back. Wow, the meteor shower happens. Oh, that's rude. Bad timing. Bad timing. We took a little bit of damage because the meteor shower happened right when we... right when the rocket came back. Close the doors. Thank you, thank you. Repair the ladders. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Alright, crush the regolith. We'll be okay. We can't do the scanning yet, which is fine. Alright, so we're going to continue this side. More bunker tiles. I am making steel all day, and we're back up to 13 tons. So we wasted around 10 tons already, building the pre-existing bunker setup and building up our rocket, because everything has to be made out of steel. There should be a mod that disables that help. I see where you're coming from, Fluon. Disabling the help that is auto set temperature. In the non-vacuum environment, it resets to the temperature, but since there's a gas present, I believe what happens is that you become the temperature of your environment a little bit easier from that starting temp. So if obsidian resets to 45 on a ladder, the ladder cools down. I don't know, though, if that's a golden rule, meaning that it always happens. I think it's a situational rule, only when it's outside of the window of temperature, if that makes sense. So if it's extreme, meaning that let's say that you get, you know, a couple hundred degrees material, it's going to reset to 45 because it's outside of that buildable range. Is what I'm assuming. I don't really understand like the exact rules for that, but that's what I like to assume. Again, though, I am assuming, so take that as you will. But yeah, I think that if the material was actually not that far off from a certain range, you take the temperature of the material, or you should. You should. But yeah, that's not what you, or I guess not what you do. I mean, that's not what I would recommend to do. There's another strategy for that. But you're welcome to try it. Sandbox mode. You know, whatever it is you want to try it at. You're welcome to have fun with that. Alright, so we were supposed to deodorize. Let me get another one here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I can't reach that. Feels bad. I need a ladder here. Something like 45 and below, maybe 10, was heating stuff on Rime like this. Oh, huh, interesting. That's actually pretty cool. Oh, the pipeline is cool. It's just that the pipeline is jammed on the side. Ah, you know what that means. I need to redo this pipeline. 100%. Basically, this is jamming because it's supposed to spill into the rusty oxidizer. Why isn't this rolling? We're out of salt. Oh, we're out of salt. Okay. We got to deliver some salt, boys. It's time. The rusty oxidizers is not running anymore because we're out of salt. No. We still have 92 tons. That was really fascinating, but also unintuitive. It is very unintuitive. 100%. I think it's something that probably came into life once players started complaining that, oh my god, why do we have to cool down the igneous and obsidian by the magma core, right? And they're probably like, I hate it when there's no control over the materials you choose, and then I accidentally kill my dupes or my farms because I brought something that was way too hot, right? And that probably got a lot of the player base angry, I would imagine. And then, of course, that meant that, you know, Clay had to do something. Alright, so because a lot of the water is getting clogged in the pipes, even though it's, you know, tempered water, I am separating the pipelines like this. And then we're going to cut this line. And then we're going to have this pipeline do its thing. So now, all the liquid here could overflow properly. So we could add in more liquid and have the liquid leave the loop a little bit faster. And go directly into the spawn. That way we tap into a little bit more water. Another thing is that I need more ethanol. It's coming. Nice, nice, nice. All right, so I want to use more ethanol because of the fact that I want to use the polluted water generated into the spawn over here. And we used up all the water. Feels bad. All right, so that means I can actually get rid of this pipeline now. It's no longer needed. Let's go. Okay, so we just dump water into here is the only other thing we could do now. Would want a new player to melt the entire base with a tile made from lava obsidian? Yeah, man, it happens. And most of the players don't care about cooling every corner of the base with radiant pipes. Makes sense. Could be included in hard mode, though. Yeah. In the higher difficulty maps, or on the magma planets, like Flipped Asteroid or Volcania, it's a very nice strat, because you very easily could tap into materials now, because you could normally build ladders out of it, right? Things like that. Nice. So we try to spill out as much of the salt water as we can. I think we did a good job. Let's melt this, or mop this, I'm sorry. And then I'm hoping that we could use this area now as a way to actually hold some ice and melt it, like we did here, to cool down the area. That way we can continue planting mealwood all the way down. Of course, there's the CO2 down there. I think we're going to move the crusher down right now, just to lower the temperature a little bit. So we're going to have ladders here, here, here. Just going to do the same setup. We're going to use a double-sided crusher setup. Alright, so let's look at the automation. We need a AND gate. No, we need a buffer gate. So buffer gate. And then we need an AND gate into the buffer. Oh, I can't do that, huh? This kind of works. And then I need a timer sensor. And then we need a signal switch, because I'm going to manually actually hold on to this. And then, of course, we're going to need the automation cables. 1, 2. Here, we're not going to lock the door. Here, here, and then we're going to lock the bottom door. And that's because we need to go this way. And then this goes across once it's ready. Here, here, and then we lock that last. Cool. Alright, so we're just going to move this crusher design a little bit lower. That way we could start getting rid of the CO2. The dupes are actually dumping in crude oil into here, best they can. We want to mop up a lot more of the liquids as well. And then we probably want to start sweeping as much as we can. So a lot of the things in here, we want to just start getting rid of. Alright, so the water is going to get deleted. CO2 getting removed as well is fine. So we have a liquid lock here. This is going to be a vacuum. I could seal this up. And then there's airflow here, so it should be fine. I don't need to go into there. I want to have a vacuum wall here, though. And we're going to try to remove the liquid from here before we start pumping it out. I don't want the polluted oxygen or water just off-gassing, right? Okay, so what we'll probably do is... Can I mop this? Oh, I can. We can mop up the stuff in this room. Just come in from here, go through the door. Nothing's automated yet. Alright, so this pipeline is here. And then this is going to need power. It'll probably just come from here because we have juice. What else is this tied to? Oh, those buildings. I might want to remove that. The Coop and Hammond, what's good? I see you over there. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well, dude. And of course, happy Fridays. Hope you're ready for the weekend, man. Alright, gonna get these mined out. That means I need to get to there. Feels bad. And then here, 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 this falls down right outside of the range. But then I have to pick up all of the bridge pieces right here. It's going to be a pain. Because I have to pick up the abyss line from that side. Alright, so once we have this deconned, we're going to build some temperature plates here out of ice. Try to get one on each tile level. Each one is 800 kilograms, so it's not going to be like a big big pool. It's going to be something like that. And it's going to be cold energy. Alright, cool, cool. We're going to try to mine out more of the hot tiles if we can. Don't need to go up there anymore, so I should try to mine that out. Put a ladder there probably. Over here as well. Oh, this is starting to warm up a little bit, which is not bad. We want to mine out as much of the abyssalite as we can so that the heat transfer to the cold tiles is a little bit better. Didn't build those ladders. This one, sweet, sweet. Because we don't want the oil to melt. I mean, freeze. That's kind of a bad thing, right? And this is open. Oh, ha! This melted. Oh, that's unfortunate. It was liquid CO2. We're gonna have to put a tile there, which is fine. That way, we could still use this for ice storage later on. All right, all right. So our rocket is back. I sent it to the wrong location. We still get some data banks, but I need to send it back to the correct location. Alright, so this is going to be... How come it has the icon there? How's and yesterday? Don't Starve together. Don't Starve was nice. We were learning. Apparently, some of the knowledge I had from the game carried over, and people were like, I was doing pretty good for a new player. Which is pretty encouraging, because it's like, hey man, we're really going to give this a good old shot then, if we're doing alright. But it was not bad. We're learning. We died one time. It happens. Right? Expected, right? I was about to lose at least once. But yeah, we died once. And yeah, we're learning from there. We have 200 degrees steam. Jesus Christ. We have a lot of water too. Alright, so luckily for me, I need to launch the steam rockets again. So we're going to need steam. I was going to remove this today because I was hoping to just move over to petrol. Anyways, how is the... It's pumping again, but we're probably a little bit slow. Impossible. Hey, man, we're doing all right. We're doing all right. We're learning. We're getting better. All right, the salt's going in. Hopefully we have enough for the rusty oxidizers. The steel setup is working pretty well, but I think we're running low on iron. We only have around 37 tons of refined iron. It's not enough. Probably going to want to make 99 regular iron before we go back to steel. We're at like 13 tons of steel right now from having this at 99 steel processes. And we built a lot of bunker tiles and even have one rocket out. So I think we need to go back to iron just so that we don't run out. Dupes are still working on the top, which is not bad. And okay, we did do the trim. So we want to continue trimming out the ice area right here. If the water spills, it should go into here. I'm hoping. Goes into the mesh, spills into this, and we pump it out. We have a couple of empty tanks, so it's not too bad. Look at the dupes dancing. Look at them go. I see them over there. Alright, alright. So, one thing I realized is that I'm missing a lot of decorations. We don't have idle dupes yet, but once we get idle dupes, we're going to make them decorate some of the areas. Alright, so I think I'm going to make a weird decision today. I am going to want to make a weird decision. So, there is a problem. I don't know if this is a problem, but look at my raw minerals. I have 5,000 tons of granite. That's 1 million kilograms. 5.6 million kilograms of granite. I'm never going to run out. So, I think we're going to try to run out. It's going to be a weird decision, but I think this is going to be something I want to do. So, let's build that there. Let's remove this. And we do have power for this, right? I should probably just pull up another power line. Alright, so this needs power. Let's just pull it from the bottom, give it some juice. Right, and then let's see if there's anything I could do. I might want to take this line and have it go up here. Just like how these power lines are here. And use them for a couple things. And I think it's going to be for an incubator setup. Now, the thing with this is that we should have one of them inside the tiles, given how everything works out, right? So I'm going to redraw this, have this pull up. This pulls up to here, and then this line goes around the side and needs to go to the incubators. I think that's going to be the play. Now, that means we're going to have a wire bridge here. And then we're going to do a weird setup. I want to have hatches just so I could burn them off. All the resources that I want. So all these smooth babies here need to actually starve so that they could come back with stone. And for now, I am going to make an auto refill setup that I wanted to avoid, but I'm going to build one just so that I could have a easier time with this. So we're just going to do a setup like this. Another grooming station. We're going to be feeding them granite. All the hatches, man. This is 4 tiles. Not bad, not bad. So the idea is going to be we feed hatches. And we always... Wait, but because they're going to be unhappy, I need to do the modified design, right? Oh, that's true. Wait, let's cancel this. How many tiles is this? Oh, it's not even 96 tiles. Okay, there's a weird spacing issue. Because we need them to be happy. If they are overcrowded, they are not going to be happy, right? What does overcrowded actually do for hatches? 8 critters in this one. Okay. Let me build a tile here. Just regular tile. And then these guys are going to get overcrowded. I want to see how that affects them. If it doesn't actually impact the reproduction, we're just going to sweep out all the eggs. What's going on, Stefan? I see you over there. Hope you're doing well. Hello, hello. Happy Fridays. Happy Fridays. Hopefully you're having a good Friday. And hope you're ready for the weekend, good sir. Reproduction to it does, right? Yeah, damn. Okay, so I need to have the space for them. I need to have the space for them. You're watching World Cup. No, I'm not. I am not. Making stable useless. Yeah. I want to have a lot of hatch ranches so that we could just have a lot of the material just kind of get burned. I don't want to melt it, dude. I want to just reduce resources. Open one, potentially. I might just have to redo spacing. But yeah, I am not watching the World Cup right now. I don't plan to. Alright, so this room is 76, so it's going to be 74. So 74 means I need 12 tiles. We could go with these 210. Okay, so that means this wants to be airflow. Do I have a pipeline there? I don't. And then I technically have this setup. And potentially that tile as well. But getting rid of all the hatches last time I just submerged it. I see you, I see you. Alright, so we gotta build that. Dupes need a table soccer in the recreational room. Hey, that's gotta be a modded building then. Yo, Napolini is coming in with the 3 months. Thank you so much. Enjoy the emotes, the 20 dice, ad-free viewing. Don't forget that legit sub ad. But thank you so much for the support. And of course, welcome back, Napolinis. Hope you are doing well. How are you, good sir? 86. Oh, I miscounted by 10 tiles. Wow, I am bad at math. I miscounted by 10 tiles. Okay, so, it's gonna be these two. Feels bad. Been slacking on my Oni, otherwise good. No worries, no worries. Did you, are you one of the peoples that celebrate Thanksgiving? You know, aka an American? Napolinis? I believe you were not, right? I'm not sure, I might be wrong. I was gonna ask about the holidays. And of course, is anyone doing any Black Friday shopping today? Why did it go into here? Oh, we don't have medical supplies. Otherwise good, though. Doing good. Good to hear. I'm going to grab the Stanley suit so we get upgraded. Live in the US. Move back to Germany now. Gotcha, gotcha. Probably didn't celebrate Thanksgiving then, I assume. Wow, how'd you guys get stuck? Wow, there's 2 of you right there. There we go. Splash. Alright, let's build this door. This is 96 tiles. We're going to have some hatches here. And I want it for food. I want more barbecue, man. I really do. Here we go. 95 tiles. So it's this tile right here. And then it's going to be 96. Sweet. Alright, so I'm just wanting the hatches to just increase the number of eaters, potentially. So this just converts everything into coal. What do I do with the coal? I don't do anything with coal. I'm just trying to get rid of resources, it feels like. I'd be like that sometimes. Refined carbon, we're at 7 tons, so I actually don't need any more. I could make some more, though. That is something we can do. So I guess that's potentially pointless, huh? Doing all this right now just burn some of the granite off. And I still have tons of other raw minerals. Can't even make diamond out of refined carbon. You can in the DLC. You just need rad bolt energy. Technically. Evaporate your stones into space. We could potentially do that as well. I was thinking about having a storage up here in the space vacuum so that I don't have to do heat transfer checks with the solid items up here. That was the thinking process. I can make a trap room like I have at the bottom of the map and make the dupes move all the granite up there. And then if they move all the granite up there, I don't have to worry about the granite actually causing heat transfer checks or things like that. Very minor thing to do, though. It's not necessary. But I want to just get rid of as many of my raw minerals as possible. So we're just going to be making a weird setup here. Evaporating refined carbon is half, though, as it has the highest melting point of all the elements. Bit higher than diamond. Oh, damn. Is that true? Damn, yeah, 4,000. Refined carbon's not messing around. Look at that conductivity, 3.1. It's not bad. Dude, they don't let us build anything with this. Look at that overheat temperature. Plus 900. Damn. Dude, that's as strong as thermium. That's impressive, man. Sadly, though, we can't build anything that actually uses the refined carbon stats. Dude, the clay better let us make carbon fiber, dude. That would have to be the play. Clay would have to allow us to make carbon fiber. Reed fiber with refined carbon, man. Just saying. Oh, come on. There we go. Remove the ladder. How are you guys stuck on a ladder like that? Alright, so we're going to do a weird setup here. Oops. Not lead. I gotta use iron for that. Yes. And then... do this... it only inputs a signal. It doesn't actually send one out, huh? That sucks. Being a Lakers fan could be worse. You could be rooting for the Rockets. We could also be rooting for the Pistons. I feel bad for Detroit. The guy they drafted is injured. Dude, that sucks, man. Just saying. The guy they drafted that was first overall pick, he's injured. There's a lot of worse situations, man. Did you see the Dallas-Boston game, dude? That was something that's like feels bad, man. 100%. Why would we trade LeBron? Before his value really drops? Time to rebuild. Oh, man. Jack Bull, why are you being a clown today, man? Why are you being a clown today? Dude, we just extended them. The same year, dude. Oh, man. Feels bad, man. Anyways, I think our rocket is ready, right? Yes, okay. So he went back inside. Oh, wow. I mean, luckily he doesn't starve inside, so I guess it's fine. Let's wait for the autosave lag, and then we'll send him to the correct rocket this time. So here, we want to launch a mission. It says analysis complete. It doesn't. First things first, we got to open the door. Pretty far. We are 2 rocket stages behind in terms of engine types, so we're not there yet. It's going to take us a little bit. Dude, honestly though, man, I feel bad for Dallas. Luca has no help. This guy throws a full court pass to Tim Hardaway Jr., and that guy just turns it over. And does Dallas have any picks? Yeah. Does the Mavs have any picks, man? Like they are. I don't know if anyone of that team has potential. Reggie Bullock cannot be your starting guard, man. He really can't. He started on my Lakers, and he was laughing. You know, he was not someone that was like, "Yo, man, that guy is the business," you know. But to me, I don't know, man. I'm okay with my Lakers right now. They're a lot better than last year, so I'm not even that mad. Here we go. Click on this one. This is gonna be the correct one. Launch mission. Let's go, let's go. Don't try the whole misery loves company thing. What do you mean? You're the only one that's miserable, Jack. I'm sorry. I don't know, man. You came in here with all that negative energy. I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm okay with my Lakers. Right. So, we're gonna do a little bit more star map scoping, and then their scans are right. Oh yeah, I wanted to try relocating the gantry, right? Because I think this is blocking the vision. Now the crazy thing is that I was able to open the doors in time this time. So we were able to actually make it in on time, which is weird. So I'm thinking the gantry isn't the problem. Anyways, I'm gonna have to redo the ladders anyways. So let's actually get back into here. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's here, 1, 2, and then it's here. There we go. So we don't need these, we just need the ladder up top, and then we just gotta have the gantry come out from the other side. And we can't put it in yet because of the pre-existing gantry. But we'll probably replace this once we have to pull steel wires across. That very sucks. I don't want to melt my wires, man. But probably have to. This is made out of lead. And then every rocket launch is just going to accumulate heat on the wires. It's not going to be good. Okay, so got this right there. Oh, they built this pretty fast. Let's keep extending it while we can. I don't think the shovel eats steel, so it's fine. And then we were working on the power cables here. Yeah. So we have this one, this one, this one. So I do want to pull a new one out here. This goes up. And then it goes into here, here, here. There we go. That means I need a bridge here. Oh, that doesn't work as well as I thought it did. Is there any way for me to reroute this then? I would have to push everything up a tile, actually. So let's cancel that. Everything else I do think we still need. I could push everything up a tile, and it would be okay. So that revolves around this. Oh, autosave lag. And then this comes down to there. And then that means this comes in through here. And then we have a tile there at the very least. This comes in that way. And then we remove this wire. There we go. Feels bad though, man. Mavericks look like a play-in team when they were playing next to Boston. I hate to say that. Like, Luka was the only one on that team that was, like, looking good. Christian Wood looks good, though. But it's like, I don't know. Maybe they'll turn it up in the playoffs. I feel bad for him, man. Oh, I can't build. I need the second line to make the jump. And then we need to move out the liquids. Still need to crush the water, which is fine. And then I think we need to start mopping. Yeah, this is all moppable. So we're going to use the mopping strat with the mesh tiles. So we'll do this much so that we don't stop these guys from moving. And then we need to start making the gas crusher. Liquid CO2, which is fine. Ah, nice. This melted. So this is going to be a cool pool of water. So it's going to be a lot of thermal energy for us. It's going to counteract the warm energy in the area. And then it's hopefully going to bring down the temperature overall. It's going to be pretty sweet. Water, ice. That's probably ice melting, huh? Yeah, it's spilled. Don't know what this is right here. Leniscus, what's good? Hello, hello. How is everyone doing? How are those transit tubes coming along? This guy, Leniscus, man. I'm going to get one today, maybe. Maybe. Gonna get one today, man. God damn it. I see you over there, though. Hope you're doing well, Leniscus. Happy Fridays. Alright, let's do a little bit of power stitching. How does this work? I gotta go like this. And then I go like this. And then that means this gets cut, that gets cut. This gets cut, that gets cut. This gets cut, that gets cut. There we go. I'm starting to see the pattern. Ah, so this goes like that. This becomes unnecessary. And then this goes in like this. And then we have extra wires here for no reason. I could remove it. Might as well. And then on this side... This is actually all connected already, so I should be able to do this. Here, right? Should be good. Goes out this way, goes up that way. Pause. Here. This goes here, this goes here. Here. And then this goes here. And then we need a incubator line. Basically is what I'm setting that up for. So under that bridge is going to be a wire, and then we need to relocate this. Of course, we got to go through the doors to make it clean. And then we're going to go underneath the insulated tiles, because I don't want them going into here yet. It's probably going to be hot, so. And then probably just go through here and go straight into the incubator setup. I am not going to automate this. I kind of just want the power to be running so that we could just burn through it a little bit. Oh, crap. Not bad, not bad. Now, from this point, do all the hatches eat the same amount? Let's verify that really quick. 140 kilograms. 140 kilograms. 140 kilograms. And 100 kilograms. Okay. So I guess regular hatches is going to be what we're going to be looking for. And this has to be granite. Because we have way too much. It's not showing up in my list. Oh, they can't eat granite. Oh, no. Is that a stone hatch only thing? That's fine if it is. Sedimentary, obsidian, granite. It is a stone hatch only thing. Okay. Well, we have a stone hatch farm in the back, so it should be fine. So stone hatch eating my granite. This is going to be a high priority. This is going to be an 8 stone hatch setup. Alright, so we're going to wait for that. Someone's going to be brushing here. And then we're going to start moving some stone hatches into here. Let's finish the incubation and the wiring first. And then I do want to lock this door, so they don't grab eggs from here anymore. I don't want that happening. The eggshells are fine. I could also drop off the eggshells into the cooked seafood, or the food tile right here. And then how do I want to do this setup? Because we know we're going to need a sweeper. I believe this is not considered industrial. And then we're just going to be growing stone hatches here. So the problem with that is, where am I going to get my eggs from? I guess it's going to be a solo process, because we could grab the eggs from here, but I don't want to separate that. Telescope idle. We still need a scan. Still need a scan. We haven't gotten the tear scanned yet, so we're also going to scan everything. So stone hatch eggs, I need to have a storage space for that. I believe the loader is potentially an industrial building, so I'm going to move that outside. Ah, industrial machinery actually lists this now. This is actually great. When did they add this in? This is actually a great add-on. They actually tell you this is an industrial building now. That's actually pretty sweet. Alright, I don't have to guess anymore. We just know it works. Now, I could make a separate kill box, but that's not efficient. Or maybe it is. We do a double setup, maybe. How would this work? I would have to have the dupes have access to drop the eggs. Wasn't that added in with spaced out? If it was, I didn't notice. And that is my bad, because I didn't notice. You know what I'm saying? Like, that really happened spaced out? If it did, my bad, because I did not notice that happen at all. So this is 82 tiles. Actually, we probably do it here, because it's a lot larger, right? Yeah, this is 110 tiles. Jeez Christ. Maybe we just use that for kill box. Yeah, we'll just use that for kill box. Alright, so this is 82. Right? 84 minus 2 tiles, 82. And then that's 94. 94, I need 2 tiles still. I don't want to do a partial setup. That doesn't really make sense. So I guess this works. This looks mad jank though. This looks mad jank. Wait a second. But I still need a tile here, right? That means I need to do that, do that. That becomes a thing like that. So instead of 2 tiles, it's 3 tiles. Because I add a tile. Yeah. Alright, so this needs to go into a kill box area. So I guess the easiest way to do that is probably do a door setup like this. And probably want a critter sensor. Critter sensor. How would it work? Let's actually not do that yet. How would it want to work? Oh, this is wrong. Oh, this is 3 tiles. Oof, messed that up. Actually, yeah, this is a interesting issue. I think I gotta redo this. I think it doesn't make sense, but at the same time it does. I'm kind of mad. Okay. We're gonna deconstruct every other tile. We're gonna remove the doors as well. So that we can do this a little bit faster, but then it's like, I need to redo the top area. There's a couple of things I want to change up with that, very slightly. So first things first, this is going to be a trapdoor setup, which requires a setup like this. Doors are going to be automatic, so it's not going to be able to jump out, which probably means we want a door setup like this. Probably something like that, so that it can't jump out, which means we have this be the critter box. So this becomes a simple design where we have a chute and a critter sensor. Oh, separate design. So it's going to be like this. So the critter sensor is going to be for that. And then we have a separate one for that one. And then it should be simple setup. Like that, like that. And then we need water here. Cool. Oh, this needs power too. I didn't realize that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 240, 16, 32, 19, 20. I guess I could remove one of these. So that I could have the sweeper loader, not actually have to worry. And then I could put some critter feeders here. No, probably not. Don't want to feed them. Alright, so that's going to be a kill box design. And we're going to instead use like this for the 96 tiles for the room. So that's a different shape. Which probably means we need to have this here, as always. And airflow at the top, why not? This is going to be water. Sweet. So far, so good. Okay. How come none of my dupes are idle? I'm starting to worry that I gave them too many jobs. Yeah, it's all these doors here, maybe. Maybe not. And then the fact that there's only 1, 2, 3 people in here. So let's go deliver, and deliver. So there's 4 suit docks for them. And then we just got to move the suits out. Alright, looks like the mealwood is trying to do better, but it's struggling. Feels bad. And, the mesh tiles. So, we needed to mop this up. So, this layer of salt water is at 1,000. Can't mop that. The water on top is at 24. So, we can mop that. Mop the polluted water? No, we can't. Oh, that's not mopping. That's sweeping. Yep, so we can mop that. Hopefully, this allows us to mop the other water spilling down. We need to get rid of much of the water as we can. This is good. Let's not allow access through here. I don't want them opening the doors anymore. And then from here, we just got to get rid of all the crude oil. Yes, even all these crude oils right there. So, we have to build that. Probably want to push it down from here as well. This... Did we need this tile? Oh no, I put that there to remove the airflow, I think. Or is that actually a tile not needed? Why did I build this? It was probably to delete some of the liquids. Alright, so thin layer here as well. Yeah, we could mop up almost all of this water. That's kind of insane. Alright, so let's go with some mesh tiles again. Mesh tile strats. This needs to be opened for them to build everything else. Gotcha. Actually, let's set it to auto again. And just use a automation sensor. And then just keep it on 0 red, so it's always green. Okay, okay. Oil is dumping in. We're moving as much as we can. Look at that mop. Let's go. Let's mop that up. Get to mop this up. Once we mop the polluted water, it spills out. There we go. And then once this spills out, we get to basically tackle on all this water that's going to spread out. Feels bad, though. Actually, we'll probably just get it the middle tile by itself. And it should be good enough. We need a mop as much as the waters. We need to get rid of the other liquids that are straggling. Top layer of liquid especially. Oh, we probably want to mop this then, as a result. Oh, look at that. Look at that pea water spread now. There we go. It's pushing the regular water out too. Don't go on the ladder, that would suck. There we go. Mop up the pea. We'll mop up the rest of the water as well, so that it's below the level that we want it to be at. I also probably should make this into a vacuum eventually. But we got to move a lot of the oil out for that to happen. Maybe we should add some more spillways, so that we have more than just 4 bottle emptiers. Lag is pretty laggy. It's taking a while for the game to think and catch up, but it's going to be alright. Alright, so we're still grabbing the ice from there. Everything's good. I don't really need to do anything on this side. I could dump some of the oil here with some extra bottle emptiers just to move more liquid. There is a spot to move the bottles up top as well. Yeah, you know what's crazy? We have a dupe that's in a rocket. So he's going to come back. It's go up to 109. We got the dupe army, baby. You know what it is. Starting to lag, boys, just a little bit. There we go. Now we can build the other things. Sweet. And then this should go across. There we go. I guess you could argue we go like that. And if we hold the green signal, everything should just be open. Maybe it's time to vacuum out the base area? Nah, it's going to take forever. We'll do like small areas, but not the entire base. Maybe we can while we wait. theoretically. So many tiles to build. But I have so many suits for... Oh, there we go. There's the idleness. There we go. That's what I want to see. The idleness. The idleness there means that we could start working on other jobs. Good stuff, good stuff. Alright, so... we're going to get every room today at least one painting. Because... they need to become a bedroom. And these are not bedrooms yet. So, we're going to give them at least one for now. That way, you know, they at least become bedrooms and they're not barracks anymore. The thing you need in a bedroom is a decor item. So, we're just going to put some paintings in them. Have them get to work. And then we don't have any paintings in the meal wall. I'll probably want to change that up today as well. We don't need the decor. It's just kind of nice to have. Alright, so how is this area cooling out? Still mining out some of the hot abyssalite. That's maintaining some of the temperature still. I probably want to mop... Oh, I don't have that selected, huh? Feels bad. Okay, so we'll sweep that. There's some materials down here as well. We'll try to get to. Hopefully we could sweep that. If not, I'll probably have to do something like this. And then we'll sweep everything. So we'll need the ladder anyways, so that we could remove the top part. Still mining out some of the areas, which is not bad. The polluted oxygen? There's no more hamster wheels for this. I might want to still have it. Have rocket? I do. It's in the mission right now. We're almost done. We're on steam rockets still. So we are on steam rockets. We don't have petroleum rockets yet. We're working on that still. Small petroleum. Working on the area. Removing the water. That's the tough part right now. There's too much water. Oh, this is ready. We can mop this out. Sweet. This is a mop strat. Put mesh tiles. When the liquid on the top layers are moppable, 20 kilograms is not a lot. So we're just putting mesh tiles so we can mop on top of the mesh tiles. So that we could remove the liquid that we want. Mesh towel strat for the win. It's great, man. Gotta have the strats. Alright, so the ladders here are so that I could go into the system and then go in and out. I am gonna go through here. This is not traversable. No, unless I go through here. Which is very feasible, actually. I actually like that. Okay. Let's mop up some of the water right there. Ah, look at them go. Mopping up the liquids. And then we're going to move them back to the top. Alright, what do we get from the printing pot today? Ooh, fried mushrooms. I'm down with that. We better not be feeding that to the dupes. Oh, we're waiting for the natural gas. I think we need to have more natural gas storage. Real talk. I think we do. I'm going to get at least one of them right here. And then maybe even relocate this power. Ah. Put these pumps on it and remove the incubators. That's actually not a bad idea. I could actually move one setup into this as well. That's not actually that bad. So maybe these loaders, and then we just use this line for the two pumps. Maybe. I just need this to be active, though. I don't need it to analyze it. I don't really care. But I think that makes a lot of sense. We could put both of these onto that line. So take this. And then have that just... like this. Like that. Hello all. What's going on, Ace Billable Hero? How are you? I see you over there. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I think we could remove this now. Just have it on this power line. Oh, I can't get inside, though. That's the problem. I can't get inside. No. I could actually just crack open the wall. That wouldn't be too bad. The temperature, though, it's a little bit hot. But I'm not too worried about breaking the vacuum. Lead? Oh, it doesn't melt. That's steel. That's proper. I don't know how long that's going to be dormant for. And I do want this to go... probably like this. And then have this go like that. I could probably put another reservoir here, to be honest. I'm down to do that. Alright, that's 480 watts. Let's have that potentially be running. So let's remove another incubator. I know that we have the leeway, but I think it's better that we do it like that. I'm good, thank you. How are you? We're doing all right. We are trying to burn a little bit of... We got a long hair egg. That's new, huh? Feels bad. We're trying to get our petroleum boiler started. We're trying to move as much of the liquids as we can so that we could actually, you know, start vacuuming this room. The polluted water right there, as you can see, things like that. It's off-gassing, so we don't want that to happen. So we're just removing liquids right now best we can. Trying to move the oil as well into infinite storage. And doing all right so far, though, Ace Below Hero. It's Friday. We can't complain. Can't complain. Let's go with a 5-5 here. 3-second buffer gate. And we're going to start crushing the gas. So the oxygen is going to be everywhere. We're almost done getting rid of the rust, which is a good thing. And then, yeah. We're trying to also burn away a little bit of the resources that the hatches eat. So, the hatches up here. We're adding some more setups for them. And then we're going to do a separate kill box. Okay, so with this, I'm actually going to put plastic ladders. It's going to seem weird, but it's going to make sense. And then this setup is only going to be for critters. What's the setup I have? Is it above 0? I don't want to think. What's the setup I have for that? Yeah, it's above 0. Okay. And then this is going to be critter eggs only. Green signal if it's below 8. Let's go with 6. Because we want it for the incubators. And then... these are going to be stone hatch eggs, huh? Oh, the other eggs just hatch in here and die. Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. Yeah. That's true. That's true. About burning resources, there was another mod. Blast Furnace consumes oxygen and refined coal, but out of date, and it's a mod. That sounds cool. You just get rid of resources. I want to do that because of lag. I want to do that because of lag, man. Real talk. I want to just start burning resources. The polluted oxygen moved upwards, so this can't actually deodorize everything. Feels bad. I have to move another one here. Autosave lag. This is filled up, so we're not going to have to add any more. Yeah, it looks like we're not getting that much water for the spawn. I need to add some power. I mean, add some juice to this. Alright, so autosave lag. I have a feeling like mods show us that devs missing some opportunities I like. Honestly, you know what would be great? Does Clay ever do a Q&A board with the dev about the decisions they make, about the things that they have in the game? That could be something that could be pretty cool. Finding out why the devs do what they did. Hey, why don't you guys just do this and that? And then, you know, you find out, right? Yeah, you can't blame anyone, but sometimes there's like logic or reasoning that we just don't think about as players. Like, you know, because we don't know how it works. Hey, rocket's coming back. Let's go. Oh, a meteor shower is happening too, though. Meteor shower is happening as well. Come on, rockets. You're gonna make it, dude. Hurry up, though. I don't want to repair my bunker doors again. Oh, yeah. What about mining out this area? Slowly but surely. How are you handling the radiation? Oh, we're base game, Thorbane. Base game. So there's no radiation in the base game. Luckily for me. There is no radiation in the base game. The strats, yeah, but the strats is that there's no strats. Isn't that wild? The strats are that there's no strats. So I think... I thought it was Space Out with Baby. No, we're playing just base game. Because of the difference in rocketry. Right? You don't have to deal with regolith and meteor showers in DLC, even if you do Classic Start. So there was people on YouTube that asked about watching a base game only run because they want to see how I work with the regolith and the meteor showers. How you set up the automation for everything. It works now. So it seems like last time... Oh, look at that. Look at that RNG. Splash. Man, close the doors. Close the doors, man. Please. Come on, we landed, dude. Turn off the engine. There we go. And doors are closing. Sweet. Dude, that meteor came in exactly at the right spot. Oh, man. A tile just popped, did it? I think it was a ladder. The ladder popped right there. Feels bad. Ladders get one-shotted. So, we gotta close the doors for the meteor shower. Be like that sometimes. There is something missing where it can vacuum out. I want it to vacuum out. So this area right here is sealed up. That technically is not a missing tile, if that's the tile you're talking about. And because we have openings here and here as well. But I kind of want it to vacuum out eventually. That is going to be the goal. Because this area right here is going to be eventually how long my rockets are going to be. For me to beat the game. You need very long rockets later on. You need very long rockets. Well, my rockets are going to be extra long. Because Too Legit City, y'all know what it is. We got the longest rockets in the business. That's a long-ass rocket. Hey, man. That's what she said. Got him, boys. 52 tile rocket, right? No, mines are going to be 90 tiles long. 90 tiles, baby. Longest rockets known to man. People wondering why my rockets that long. Hey, man. When you got big rockets, you got to have big shuttles. I don't know if that even made sense. I don't even know if that made sense, man. I don't know. But it is what it is. Alright, we gotta remove that. The water needs to get above 350 kilograms so we can start drowning critters. I might be just out of water, though. Real talk. We are not dropping off water into here. I could probably remove the water because I'm probably not going to need the steam anymore. This is a vacuum? Okay, so... where's my research at? Do I need to send it to the second tier? Right? Because I could build the Petro for now, right? I just need 221 databanks. Oh, I don't have enough. Okay. So, I probably need to go to the oily asteroid. Yeah, these two are done. So we need to go to these two next. Okay, so I might have to trim my rocket as a result, because I might not be able to go that far. So, we got to bring up the good old trusty Oni fuel calculator. You guys get to watch the meteors while I do the calculation. So, we're going to be going with 7 research modules. This is going to be a steam rocket. We're going 20,000. And it's not reachable. I got to go down to... It's just not reachable in general. Well, that sucks. I actually can't go past 10,000, huh? Well, it is what it is. So that means we have to relaunch to one of these spots, which is fine. I probably should have went up to 9 research modules then. Anyways, 763, which means we need water. Let's just go with below. Just got to release as much of the water as we can. Alright, so this area is going to be hot by design. We want it to be steam, hot regolith. So let's go with the... This is what? If it's above 140, we pump? We probably don't have enough mass yet, though, to pump it out. Let's go above 175, but we add water above 150. Alright, so I don't know if we have enough hot regolith inside. So let's redo the sweep. We do have a lot of hot regolith. And it is heating up. Maybe we don't have to sweep. Yeah, mine's is 180. Mine's is 180. Mine's not that bad. 180? It's really not that bad. It's pretty sweet. Oh, this guy's stuck. Alright, let's unassign him. You're free now. You get to hang out with the other dupes. Hello, how was DST? DST was great. I'm still learning. I died once, so we did 2 playthroughs. But hey man, it is what it is, man. You live and you learn, right? We took an L already in the DST playthroughs. But we're learning, having a good time, and hey, probably gonna be playing it again. He's like an expert now. Nah, I know only like if I were to compare it to Oxygen Not Included, I only know how to do basic stuff. Like I know how to set up my bathrooms properly. I know to connect the plumbing to a water sieve and make a closed loop. But I do not know how to make a spam yet. That's where I'm at. I don't know how to make a spam. That's more advanced stuff. I could do some of the basic stuff, though, like making bathroom loops. Like, in the same thing that you would do in Don't Starve. Not that you do bathroom stuff, but it's like some of the basic setups. Yeah, I could do 13. You're right. But I'm only choosing to do 10. So, 10 is the number that I settled with. Yeah, it could still reach the tear. 100%. So I believe it's, what, 5 liquid fuel tanks, 2 liquid oxidizer tanks, 1 command capsule. So that's, what, 7? And then you have the rocket engine. That's 8. And then I get 10 modules. So I have 18 times 5, 90 tiles. Wait, you're losing the game as the end condition, right? Yes, for this game I am. Before we beat the game, it's going to say colony lost. It's going to be how we win. It's a weird win condition, but, you know, somebody's got to do it, right? We're going to beat the game, and it's going to say colony lost. Immediately followed up by a cutscene that tells us that we won. It's going to be kind of weird, not going to lie. Alright, meteor shower's done. Only 50 kilograms. It is heating up. We're just going to give it time. It's going to catch back up. So we're not going to over add any of the regolith. We're just going to have that there for now. Alright, so I wanted to reroute these power line right here. So because of how my dupes are probably not going to get bodied, they might. It's 84 degrees. A lot of the things are hot in here. Alright, we're going to take a little bit of damage. Deconstruct, deconstruct. We're going to remove the power lines from here. Remove these batteries. Remove the wheel and go into a conductive wire. It's going to be needed. We got to do what we got to do. So much going on. I'm trying to figure out what's going on from being scrolled out. Thorbe, let me know if you have any questions. I'll let you know, man. If you're curious about anything I can help you out with. Make it easier for you to watch. But let me know. We got to cut this line. And then I need to also remove this line now. Well, not this one, because it's going to go straight down. And then this goes up. So this gets cut. So we're going to deconstruct this. This is going to fuel up like that. We're actually going to have another, maybe 2 right here, reservoirs. And then it's going to fill all of them up. I don't have enough natural gas buffer to keep my gas range rolling, so I got to add some more reservoirs. What's going on, afternoon? Evening, Master Engineer. Good afternoon. Does that work? Can I say that? Good afternoon, Mr. Afternoon. This guy is so cool. He's named after a time in the day. Because when it's the afternoon, it's his time, as they say in the business. Dude, all this water is just spilling out now. Technically nighttime for me, but it works. Good evening, Mr. Afternoon. How are you? Hope you are doing well. At what number calculator maxes out, but bigger count can be entered manually. And calculator says 4 fuel, 2 oxidizers, and 13. Oh, so I don't have to go up to 5. That's not bad. Maybe I was calculating 190 and I messed up. Maybe I was calculating 190. Oh, look at this. So this used to be orange right here. And it's cooling down because of the cold water. Such a good time. Such a good time. Alright, so I should just remove the ladder from there. Have it fall down, then we'll take care of it. And this is... oh, it's working, right? This is working? Alright, I'm also going to turn this on. This is going to be a 5-5. Double gas crushers. Let's go. Very probable. I might want to add more dupes into the colony. Might want to add more dupes for the fun. Why not just get an absurd amount of dupes, right? Nothing wrong with that. Alright, so it looks like I could probably mesh tile from this side and jump up from the crude oil like that. And then we can mop up the ethanol. Gas crusher, yeah. This deletes CO2. So you can see that when the door crushes, the CO2 in the middle goes up. And then it closes before it opens, so it gets deleted. This is how I like to get rid of unwanted gas. If you really want, you could actually automate it like this. Right? It's a simple setup as well. This is a larger version of the gas crusher. And this only crushes gas if there's CO2 on this tile, where the gas element sensor is. Because I hooked it up to an AND gate. And then the timer sensor is just 5-5. I was going to say, why not carbon skimmer? This is powerless. And I could scale up and down how much gas I crush. So look at the gas. It fills in. And the oxygen went back on. It fills back. So there we go. Fills. Oh, again, the oxygen is teasing us. It's teasing us. 3rd time's a charm. Yep. So it fills up. And then you can see that it's 2,700 grams per tile. That's a lot faster, dude. This is at 6 kilograms. Jesus Christ. It's a lot faster than a carbon skimmer is. And then we close the door and just delete all of it at one time. And because it's powerless, it's pretty sweet. So the more doors you put, the more gas you crush. But this is what I like to do because you don't have to build floor tiles. You could float this up in the air. And yeah, I like to put these on the bottom of my map. So we just have all the oxygen. Just keep pushing down. This is, you know, preference. You could build your carbon skimmers. There's nothing wrong with that. I just like to build the gas crushers. Alright, continue mopping, boys. Let's go. Mop up on the mesh. We're mopping on top of mesh tiles. Because sometimes the liquid up here, it's moppable, right? 142, 135. That's moppable. Same thing with the water. So we're just building mesh tiles so that the unmoppable mass of salt water that's at 1,000, we just build it on top of that, and everything on top gets mopped. So now it's starting to spill out from the right side. And then we're mopping that up as well. This is helping us clean up the map a little bit. Pushing out some of the liquids out so that we could vacuum this area. That's the biggest problem right now. We can't remove a lot of these random liquids. Alright, we're going to mop on top of that. Mopping is 3 tiles wide, so we take care of all the liquids in these 6 tiles. And then I got to remove the oil from there. So I probably do want to remove that, push out the oil, mop it up or something. Actually, I need to get rid of this ethanol. So... I come in from the top. I could also come in from the bottom. Okay. If I come in from the top, I'm just going to mop it like that. And then we can just let the oil drip out afterwards. Oh, sweet. I'll mop that up from this side now. Let's go. Okay, so temperature is dropping. That's good, that's good. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's here. Because then I build that and it does work out. Cool. Hello, what's going on, K-Kun? I see you over there. Hope you're doing well. I got you your green snazzier suit. And someone is stuck. Classic. Let's move you to... Come on, come on. Someone moved a suit dock over there for some reason. Feels bad. Guess you're making natural tiles too. Yeah, I am. This is going to be a sleetweed farm once we're ready. Alright, so we could actually get ready for this. Alright, so he's wearing a suit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, I have enough suits. I have enough suits. This is going to probably take some more time. So we should add some more temporary suits. I feel like it's worth it. Because this is going to take a while for the dupes to catch up. And then I believe we do need to do top down. So this getting removed is probably going to be important. Yeah, I hate that they fill other stations up. Dude, it happens sometimes. I think it happens when they repair the suits. The repair worn suit. And then every time you do a repair, they auto dock it, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that checks out. Cool, cool. I don't know if I need more glass. I don't think I do, though. Hopefully the dupes are not falling down. And then, yeah, at the bottom right here, mopping, doing a lot of moving the oil. What probably helps us out a lot over here is adding in a second suit line. There's a good chance that helps us out a lot. Because I might just need more manpower at the bottom. Yeah, there's so many things to sweep later on as well. Oh, I could mop this up now. Ethanol, let's go. Still mopping, can't be mad. Still dripping out the oil, can't be mad. I guess we could put one of these right there. And it spills in, right? Should be fine. Who would have thought that 109 dupes is not enough? No, I don't have enough suits for everyone to go down, that's why. I only have 15 suits. Only 15 suits. That's something you don't hear that often. I only have 15 suits. It's not enough. Usually, that's the size of a colony, man. Not gonna lie. Alright, alright. So, I need to sweep that. I don't want to do it yet. The water is overflowing. Good, good. We could remove that now. Okay, so... I need to move stone hatches, right? We could probably refill these rooms as well. And these are all going to be stone babies. There we go. Yeah, people tend to make them to the point where one big spawn handles it, and it's like 20, right? I feel like multiples of 4, right? I feel like that's normally what it is. Any multiple of 4. Because I think it's because of how you get 4 bathrooms in a room. Same thing with the bedrooms being like that as well. So any multiple of 4, either it's 16, 20, 24, 28, 32. I want to say because how Home Sweet Home makes you get 12 duplicates, it's probably 12 to 30. I thought a full Rodriguez could handle 20 dupes. How many electrolyzers are in one of those? I don't build it that often for Bane because I don't like the design. So I'm not really familiar with that. But how many electrolyzers? Because each electrolyzer is about 8 dupes. It's a little bit more, but I like to round down. It's usually around 8 dupes, though, per electrolyzer. So that's probably, what, 3 electrolyzers? I have 13. I have 13. Oh, it's 4. Oh, you could easily handle 30 dupes at that point. It should be able to handle 30 dupes. If it can't even get close to 30, it's because it's inefficient. Sadly, that's the truth. But a spawn design should allow your electrolyzer to maximize, right? In my opinion. If the math says in a perfect world you could fill 8.8 dupes with oxygen, that means 2 gives you... Oh shit, someone's dying. Oh, you guys are in there. Yeah, it happens, man. It's hot, it's hot. Nothing wrong with a Hydra. Submerged bomb, whatever you want to call it. It's pretty good, man. I actually recently moved the hydrogen generators into the hydrogen side, so we were a little bit more space efficient. And I flipped it so that oxygen is on top, since we want the space for the hydrogen gens. And I think this is a better version. Flip the gas, and then run a cold radiant pipe aqua tuner setup. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's been a little while since I last played, so I have to get back on it soon. Yo, Thorping, man, let me know if you need any help. Otherwise, check out the YouTubes. A lot of guides, tutorials, update patch notes, things like that. If you're curious to know about the changes. And, of course, some of the designs that we're utilizing. We have guides for that on there as well. Check out the YouTube, the exclamation point YouTube, Mr. Torbane. Up here again, yeah. It's pretty hot inside. It's pretty hot, pretty hot. It is bad in that regard by design to dense placing. Yeah, can't really do over gas pressure. I mean, it works, right? It's a spawn like everything else. It works, right? As intended. But yeah, it's one of those things, man. All right, so I think we do it like that. And then we build insulated cells afterwards. I do also want to remove the ladder just to clean it up. Dupes are going to take damage. It's going to be fine. Is the fluid over the electrolyzer make it so that the hydrogen's pushed down? No. It's a combination of, yeah, it prevents overpressure because the building is never going to be in a gas environment. And it causes the gases when spawned to be displaced. It doesn't technically push anything up or down. And what happens is that you have the gas get displaced relative to where the gases already are. So if you don't understand what that means that if there is already hydrogen up top and oxygen at the bottom, the hydrogen is always going to get pushed up, and then the oxygen always gets pushed down. However, it's the same design whether or not hydrogen is up or down. The difference is you could actually pre-fill the rooms after you vacuum them with oxygen and hydrogen to flip-flop the location. So if you want to have oxygen on top, just fill the top with oxygen and bottom with hydrogen after you do your liquid locks. And then it just naturally separates. So it doesn't technically specifically push one element up or down. You actually get to choose. And yes, like Lacey says, it's really to prevent overpressure so that you always get 100% uptime. Right? 100% uptime. That's how you know you're maximizing. And then since it's also infinite gas storage, right? 3,100 kilograms of oxygen, it allows you to just buffer ahead so you're always able to produce enough O2. But yeah, it's a little bit different. And yeah, it's probably the best design out there in my opinion. It's really good. It's really good design. Best spawn in the world. I usually start off with a half rod and then just in case. Just because you need to set up 2 electrolyzers and later move to a Hydra. Oh, I see a Liniscus. I see you over there. I mean, it's up to you, right? Sometimes you don't have the resources you need. Sometimes you don't have the liquids, right? You need 2 different liquid types. But yeah, there's no wrong way to play this. You could even just play the game and beat it, only using the Rodriguez. Nothing wrong with that. You just lose a little bit of efficiency. But that's kind of, you know, the beauty of the game. Everything has its pros and cons. Nothing is, you know, you have to play that way. Suit was dropped. Oh, that's rude. Oh, right here. Got some new suits. Still have to check it out, as I would like to do some runs with high dupe numbers. Yeah, it's good. Alright, so we'll finally set this up. So we'll do that setup, move this here. Probably going to be exactly similar. Sweet. And then we'll probably have to move the loader in. Merge that together so that it gets a fork into an intake. That works properly. Do whatever you want and suffer the consequences. That's kind of it, man. Nothing wrong with suffering the consequences. This is 40 tiles. This is 14, 54, 56. This is 10 tiles, 66, 76, 86, and 96. Perfect. So here, 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 and then we got to remove this. So this goes here, this goes here. This gets deconstructed. All right, so this is going to be our ranch design. This is not bad. This is 100 tiles. We pop out 4 of them, and then we're going to be just trying to get as many stone hatches as we can. And then we'll have the stone hatch into this spot that we get from here. And then they're just going to drown the rest. And then anything in here that doesn't get auto-wrangled to here or here, we'll probably just have to manually kill or something. Or we move them to these rooms, which I don't mind. This smooth hatch has to die, though. 6 cycles. New printables. What do we got? Oh, man, taking some damage. Bristleberries. Sure. Please move that into storage. Alright, so are we making the food? Mushroom wraps? We are. We have a lot of mushrooms, which is good. Surf and turf. Yeah, we need natural gas for that. They're pumping, but yeah, it's a struggle right now. Alright, so we could allow this to vacuum first before we go back in and take damage. But at the same time, we are done, so I should just seal it up. So we'll seal that up. Any natural gas in here is not really going to hurt us. Everything else should be fine. And then we have to have this setup. So here and here. So it looks like my natural gas pipeline is not correct. I need to go like this. And then this needs to go, oops, this way. This probably goes like that. So then this gets deleted. So I probably go like this. And then the automation still comes from that sensor, I believe, and it shouldn't change much. So we fill it all up, and then we don't fill it up until this needs to. I think we could move that signal over into one of the first ones. So it's probably this one I want to move it to. Right in the middle of the 5. And then we'll remove the rest. Alright, so I do want this built first. Let's actually make this a priority. Oh, a dupe's gonna get stuck inside, huh? What are the chances? You know, I think the chance is pretty high, so I'm gonna watch this. I don't trust the dupes. They're gonna get themselves stuck, and it's gonna be bad news. I've always been a fan of the bigger maps rather than the smaller maps. Not gonna lie, Florbane, I believe the majority of the Oni players feel the same way. You remember when, oh, I don't know if you were there. When they were doing playtesting for the DLC, a lot of the players complained that they were forced to play on a smaller map and they didn't enjoy it. And they were asking if it was possible to bring back the classic size. And guess what? play listened, and they brought back the classic size, which is why we have classic start now in the DLC. But as you know, it's a problem. People don't like the smaller maps. Bigger is better. But it is what it is, right?